There's a predator in my giant old aviary and we need to catch it before it takes any more birds. And we're talking about the cranes, we're talking about the chickens, we're talking even maybe the cassowaries. We don't know what predator could be here in the giant old aviary, so we need to try to catch it. So today, we need to investigate on how this predator is getting inside of our giant old aviary, and we're gonna set a trap. But first, we need to go inside of there and start searching for different types of clues. So I think it all started when I was driving to my new ranch. So while I was driving there, it's about 2 hours away, I randomly got a phone call from my mom. Hello?
Blake, hey, there's something wrong with one of the ducks. I'm not sure what's going on, but you need to come home soon. Hurry up.
As soon as I got off of the phone, I knew I had to rush back home to see what predator was getting inside of my giant old aviary. So as you guys know, we built this aviary about 6 years ago, and it was a complete hassle to build this thing. It was one crazy few weeks to build this massive aviary. So this is the netting right here that we use, and you can see it's really see-through, but this stuff isn't the best for an aviary because I think predators could get through. So unfortunately, it's not in the budget right now to fix this giant old aviary that we have right here. So we have to figure out how to capture this predator. So we never really had a problem in this aviary with an animal passing away with the fish, the turtles, the birds, except the two special birds that we had here back in the day that were Pinky and Poncho, our gray-winged trumpeters. Pinky and Poncho were probably one of the subscribers' most favorite animals here on the ranch, but unfortunately, they passed away from a crazy rare disease, and it could have possibly came from a predator that came inside of our old giant aviary. But now, a lot of weird things have been happening here at the ranch, especially when I've been working 2 hours away, a lot often on the weekends. So over here, by this wetland, this is where all the birds like to hang out. But the other day, when I was at the ranch, my sister actually texted me that one of the ducks might have a broken leg. So let's go find that baby duck. So actually, I'm gonna check inside of this bush because I know this is where they like to hide. And sometimes they're always hiding inside of here. But I think they're on the other side. Follow me. All right, let's go see. Oh, I think they're right here, you guys. It's the silver white-cheeked pintail. And, okay, actually, it's the one that just went inside the water. His foot is actually sticking back up a little bit. And that could have been from the predator that has been coming inside of our giant old aviary. We might have to capture her and make sure her legs are okay. All right, we got the duck, so let's check her out. Right here, you can see her leg is definitely swollen, but not swollen enough that a predator really bit her. And it's actually looked like it's kind of starting to heal. Her leg doesn't look broken. You can see it's not swollen here. It's just swollen at the foot. So maybe the predator just stepped on his toe or even bit his toe. Who knows? So we're not going to separate her from the flock. So we'll just put her back into the pond. All right, go back with your friends. And now all ducks, when you grab them and you release them, they take a bath just like that. So that bamboo branch that's right above me is not supposed to be leaning over the giant old aviary. So that's a big problem. It's basically a highway for the animals to cross from the bamboo branches right on top of the aviary and could make a bunch of holes. It's supposed to be standing straight up and down like they're all supposed to be like, and not hanging over the top of my aviary. I'm not the most organized person here on the ranch, and I kind of left some of my tools out because we were cleaning up the cassowary enclosure the other day. So luckily, I have my sawzall and I have my ladder. So let's go cut this bamboo branch. All right, let's cut this bamboo down. Oh, Lord. This is the longest bamboo branch I've ever seen in my life. Look at this thing. It goes to Africa. This is way too big to get around this corner, so let's chop her in half. That's better. Luckily, there wasn't a hole on top of the aviary right there, so let's keep on looking. We're still looking for clues, but I have to feed the animals real quick. First up are my muntjac deer from Asia. So she's eating sweet potato, apple, and some grain. We're not too sure what the predator is in the giant old aviary because they might even be able to hurt our cassowaries that are right here. Now, let's feed Blue. So Blue is one of our cassowaries here, our male. And even though he's probably one of the most dangerous birds in the entire world, we don't know what the predator could be. And this predator could still mess with him, stress him out, grab some feathers. It could even hurt his feet, so we have to catch the predator to see what it is. We finally back to the giant old aviary. We have to get inside to search for more clues, but we still have to feed these guys. Let's hope the birds finish up their meals before nightfall, because if not, the predator might come back. It would be a shame if any of these birds inside of a giant old aviary get hurt by any of the predators if they come back tonight. They might not go over for the fruit. They might go for my turaka's wing or my duck's leg, and that's not gonna be pretty.
Blake, I know you're feeding, but I found bones over there.
Where?
By the pond. I don't really know.
Look at them.
Look. I think they're right here though. I think I see it right there.
What the freak? There's actually feathers and stuff still here, but these feathers must be from a bird from before. But there's actually bones all here. What is going on? There must have been something eating. This could have been the duck that we were talking about earlier that my mom called me about when I was at the ranch in our giant old aviary. But I don't know. We're going to have to keep on looking for clues because this is an old bone. This could be from way back then. All right, Cassandra, so this is actually getting pretty serious. So I think we need to go to one of the buildings or both of the buildings and go find our live trap to catch the predator in our giant old aviary. So the last time I remember, this trap was somewhere in this area. So I need to look around to see exactly where it's at. But my mom moves things all the freaking time. Oh, I found the trap. All right, we got to take this thing to the giant old aviary and set it up and see if we can catch something. All right, let's take this bad boy out and set her up in the aviary. Cassandra, right here, it actually looks like there's a freaking guava right here, and there's no way that Atlanta area, there's no guava trees around here, so I think something has been chewing this up, some type of predator, and it's on the outside of the giant old aviary, so I think we should look inside of the aviary for more clues. This aviary is really, really freaking big, and we made it that big so these animals could feel like they're in the jungle, so there's so many different spots that we could have to look for clues. So let's go to the backside and see if we see anything. In the past, we know that the squirrels were chewing through the net all the time, but a squirrel's not gonna eat a duck. We think it's something else. It has to be something else in the giant old aviary. So let's search around and get up top and see if we see anything. All right, let's go see if we see anything up over here. Definitely have to do some tree cutting. I don't know. I don't see any holes. Ooh, there's a hole right here. But that is too small for a predator to come inside here. This more looks like a squirrel hole coming from the oak tree over here. All right, we're gonna look around all inside of here. I'm always searching inside aviary for baby turtles and all different stuff inside of this aviary. But now we're obviously searching for a predator inside of here and any clues or any signs. But as of right now, I really don't see anything. So I think our best bet is to really start baiting these traps to see what we catch at night, because I really think this predator is coming in the middle of the night, and maybe we need to put the cameras up or something to see what the predator is that's coming inside of this giant old aviary. So let's go get the trap, you guys. All right, guys, we got to figure out something that this predator wants to go inside of this trap and eat. We don't have any carcasses. We don't have anything like that available here at the ranch right now. So I'm going to Google search some different types of things that these predator, it could be a freaking squirrel, raccoon, mixed fox. I don't even know what the heck it is. It's coming inside of this giant old aviary. So I'm thinking we're going to put something sweet inside of here and see if that works. I have the perfect idea, so I'll be right back. All right, you guys, I think I found it right here. This right here, Cash absolutely loves it, my son. It's mixed with a little bit of peanut butter. I used to catch the rats in the backyard with peanut butter, so maybe this will work for the giant predator that might be coming inside of the aviary. Let's grab the trap and let's bring it to the back. I think, Cassandra, we should put this in front of the bamboo tree because there's a lot of brush there, a lot of leaves that we can hide this trap, and it's right where I think the predator is getting inside of the giant old aviary. I think right here is going to be the best spot because we've seen holes over here, we've seen holes over there, and I think this would be the spot that the predator might be coming into to get inside of the aviary to eat some of my beautiful ducks that live inside of there. All right, let's open this up. Oh my goodness, that thing smells like peanut butter. So let's open up this trap, make sure we get it all the way in there, all the way in the back, so this predator has to touch that set trap right there, and we can capture whatever's coming in the aviary. Make sure we do this right here. Watch this. Set, ready to go. The set trap is ready. Now let's hide it a little bit with some leaves, some sticks, so that he doesn't see the trap and he walks right in like he's walking into the giant old aviary. All right, that should do the job. It gets really dark out here at night, so I think the trap is gonna completely be camouflaged and hopefully they'll catch the predator. All right, you guys, it is the moment of truth to go and see what we have inside of this trap, and hopefully we caught something that was going inside the giant old aviary. Holy cow, you guys, the freaking capybara somehow got stuck in the trap. So obviously that was not planned whatsoever, and we're not gonna be able to keep the trap right here on this section. We're gonna have to put it in the inside. Obviously that's how the ducks are getting eaten, because the predator is going inside of the old giant aviary. So we need to put the trap inside of there because we do not want that to happen again. That female capybara somehow went in there and ate the freaking cookie. No bueno, no good. Not happy about that whatsoever. Let's move that trap and let's set it back up again because we still need to catch this predator. So we decided we're gonna put the trap right here next to the waterfall because, as you guys saw earlier, this is where we saw the feathers and the bones. So this is probably the kill site of where the predator killed in the aviary. So we wanna set it up right here. So today, this is the bait that we're gonna be using to put inside of this trap. But because we are inside of the aviary, I don't wanna set it right now because I am nervous as well that the birds might come inside of here. But as you guys know, predators like to come out at night. So we'll make sure we set this bad boy up at night, put it in place, and have it ready to go. But if I open it right now, you know, the rules are probably gonna go in it and then we're gonna trap them, and that's gonna be another animal on the ranch that we don't wanna trap because we just wanna trap the predator. So we'll set this up tonight, and hopefully by tomorrow morning, we'll have a new predator or a predator or something other than a bird, because we're gonna have to get here really early to make sure nothing's inside of it and just our predator and not a bird. So obviously you guys saw that the cookie treat, the capybaras really like that, and no predator went in there. But hopefully these stinky sardines right here will attract a predator for inside of the aviary. And all the birds that live inside of the aviary are all fruit eaters and pellet eaters. So I really don't think they're even gonna be interested to going towards the trap in the morning if there's nothing in it to get stuck, because it's sardines, it's not fruit. So we shouldn't have an issue whatsoever. So I do remember we saw some footprints over there in the cow section. Everything has been drying up, as you can see. So that's gonna help us be able to see more clues over there in the cow section, because that's closer to the swamp where the predators are coming from. So let's go over there and see if we see any more clues. We always take our pigeons out. Let them do their thing. Earlier this week, this is where I found some predator footprints inside of here, and you can see there is a lot of movement. We got cow, we have emu, all sorts of stuff. But there's something down over there that I want to show you guys. So we saw the tracks over there. Now, same thing is right here in the same exact spot. It almost looks like it is a turtle or some type of small predator that is coming over here. I'm not 100% sure what these footprints are, but it doesn't seem to be a turtle because there's no slide. So I'm not 100% sure, but it's only right here in this section, and then it disappears. So we might have to search inside of this pond one day to see what we can find in there. But right now, this is what's kind of worrying me. I don't know if it's like a small possum or maybe a fox. I really don't know, but I think we're gonna set up another trap on the other side, on this side of the aviary, and there's no small animal that lives around here that can get stuck in that trap like you guys saw with the capybara. So let's do that as well. The trap has been set now for about 10 hours, and as soon as I walked inside of the aviary, I've noticed all the birds acting all crazy and all weird, and I think the moment of truth, we have something in our trap. Oh my God, guys, we actually caught a freaking trash panda inside of the aviary, and that right there, you guys, is a raccoon. We actually caught ourselves a raccoon. Check him out. He's not too big, but he's still definitely big enough to actually hurt or kill or eat the ducks inside of this aviary. Do we know, was it him exactly? We're never gonna really know, but at least it's one more predator out of the ranch, and it's awesome, you guys. We got the freaking coon. Now we could call one of my buddies so that they could take him and go relocate him far away so we can protect all of our birds in our giant old aviary. And this is why we have to stay on top of the ranch at all times to make sure we're always looking at all the enclosures and everything here, because one predator just like this could wipe out the whole entire aviary overnight. So that is the good thing that my mom saw the clues, my sister helped out, everybody helped out so we could catch the predator that is here at the ranch.